Sherry. Good evening, good evening. I know I said I wasn't going to be on tonight, but I surprised everybody. And they surprised me by not being on here. Like, whoa. Like, where did everybody go? I'll be back. Nothing yet. It's too early. I went to, oh, wait a minute. I forgot my food. I'm sorry. This morning, I had to go out to the Wind Creek Casino with the Illinois Black Chamber of Commerce. So it's a 3-day event. Today was day one. Tomorrow I go back and, and just play background music and stuff. So nothing too big. So, and they gave us lunch. If this is what you want to call it, yeah, this is lunch. A turkey sandwich. That's right, a turkey sandwich. Mm. A turkey sandwich. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. This is the season for girls. Well, that's any season for me. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Shout out to Earl Young, who's the drummer on that song. The Tramps, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. I surprised you guys. I wasn't going to be on live tonight because I didn't know what condition I was going to be in. But as luck would have it, I'm okay. I came home, I took a nap, and I'm all right now. I'm all right. Here's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Sherry Yvette Withers Banks. Thank you so much for being on my live, as always, and for just being there, and for just being little Whitney. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, with enchantments. This is sunshine. That's what it is. It is what it is. Hey, Barbara Jean, thank you for sharing the live. Hello, moonshine. Mm. Turkey sandwich. Mm. Mm. From my eyes. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm. Your video is unable to be monetized because of a music match. Wonder what that is. All right, they already started. Mm-mm. He said, keep playing the music. Thank you. Floral Destiny. Not one of their biggest hits, but one nonetheless. Moment of Weakness from Enchantment here on Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. It, of course, is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you so much for joining us. Having some technical difficulties with getting on Facebook. Don't know why. I just don't know why. But anyway, it's okay. I'm going to keep trying. You know what they always say, nothing beats a try but a fail. So I'm going to keep on. And I'm going to take my son's advice and play some shallites. I don't know, to boost the numbers up. Here's Letter to Myself on Bedtime Stories. Have a good night at work, son. All right. Mhm. Well, let's see what happens this time. But empty.
This is Mercy on the House Gals, and you're listening to Bedtime Stories.
I'm back. That is Eugene, Red Squirrel, and Uncle Marshall. The Shylights and Love Is from the album A Lonely Man, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. I'm trying to go live. I think I am live now on Facebook. They've been giving me the blues. I'm like, why? Why y'all messing with me? Just little old me, you know. Anyway, hello to my sister from another mister, Angie Martin Turner. Thank you for being on my live. Barbara Jean, who's on my live as well. My daughter, Brianna, she's on my live. She's asking me, how am I? Daddy is tired. Daddy's been up since 6 o'clock this morning to go to the Wind Creek Casino out in Hazel Crest. Doing a gig out there. It's a 3-day gig. So I had to leave there and love on some seniors on 46 and King Drive. So I've been bopping back and forth. I'm putting a lot of mileage on this car since I got it back. So, but anyway, and tomorrow is my granddaughter's birthday. How about that? Yep, Naomi. Just think, I used to take her around with me everywhere that I went. You know, I had a car seat and everything in my truck, and I took her everywhere. I put her in the buggy and just pushed her around, and everybody would say, "Oh, your daughter is so cute." I'm like, "Thank you." And she turned around and looked at me and said, "Pawpaw." I'm like, "You're blowing it for me, kid. You're blowing it." "Oh, you're her grandfather." "Oh, okay, pops." Here's Kenny Lattimore on Bedtime Stories. Oh, I am sleepy. So you. Yo, Angie. So yeah, Wind Creek Casino for 3 days. Today was the first day. Then Wednesday and Thursday. One of those nights I won't be on. I think it's tomorrow night that I won't be on. So I'll put on this show. Yeah. So I have to be back there tomorrow at 8:45 in the morning. Yes, in the morning. Yes. Yep, yep, yep.
Madonna is currently unavailable.
A wedding ring. Oh my God. So thank you, Barbara Jean, again. I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but I had to go to Facebook Live separately. Usually I use StreamYard to go to Facebook, to go to YouTube, to go to Twitch. So I had to do Facebook separately from Twitch, um, YouTube, and of course um, the other one, StreamYard. So I'm good. But thank you for sharing it, Barbara Jean. They give me a hard time tonight. I get no respect at all. And if I had the music up too loud, they will flag me for that too. So we should be good. Yeah, we should be. When I was with you, and stare. What's going on, DJ Isaac Blaze, also known as Isaac Hayes? Did your parents know what they were doing when they named you? How hard that was going to be in, for your life, for the rest of your life, to be named Isaac Hayes? Mm-mm. Like, yeah, I would not want a name like. I mean, it's a cool name, but at the height of his popularity back in like '72 on up to like '78, it's like Isaac Hayes. You know, you know, it was enough that my name was Al Greer, and people would say Al Green, Al Green. No, it's Al Greer. You sure you're not Al Green? No, I'm sure I'm not Al Green. Yeah, I don't have his money, his church, or anything. Your family is good friends with him. Wow, how cool is that? I'd be like, man. Mm-mm. I met this young lady once. I was at a Dunkin' Donuts out in the suburb, and her name was Brandy Alexander. I'm like, you're named after a drink? Wow. Um, yeah, Brandy Alexander was her name, named after a drink. Like, wow, how cool is that? I love you too, Bree. Wow, that is so cool. Honey, I love you. It's Tony Terry, and with you. Before that, Kenny Lattimore, and with you, right here on Bedtime Stories, or When I'm With You. Those songs just go together. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Once again, hello to my daughter, Brianna, uh, getting my birthday baby ready. Tomorrow is my granddaughter's birthday. Ooh, Freudian slip there. Well, once again, when she was little, she went everywhere with me. I had a little bag, with her bottle, and she liked eating Cheez-Its like I do. So, it was cool. You know, when she wakes up, she's going to be happy. Well, I hope so. Anyway, it is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Once again, wishing my granddaughter a happy birthday. Well, actually, tomorrow's her birthday. So say happy birthday to Brianna's mom. I mean, Naomi's mom, which is Brianna. Okay, I'm getting it together. I'm just waking up. So please forgive me. Here's the first of two in a row from Smokey. Hello to Isaac Hayes. Yep, that's his real name, Isaac Hayes. But he goes by DJ Ike Blaze. I like that. And he's friends with Isaac Hayes III. How cool is that? Sing Smokey. Slang Smokey. At the same time. At the same time? Johnny Taylor, Careless. I don't think I have that one. You got me on that one. Oh, that one I have. Chris Bass. To all the good and the bad. Chris Bass. How did it? So it is Taco Tuesday. Chris Bass, what's going on? It's like every time we see each other, as if we haven't seen each other for years. Now, I'm sure you might want in on this one. Glenn Cosby and I spoke a week ago when I found out the news about Jay Johnson passing. He said, we need to make a pact. What? We need to bring salvation back? No. Ha ha ha. We need to make a pact that we will have lunch at least once a month because we're losing so many of our, for lack of a better word, our soldiers. And my landlord mentioned it today. He said, you're like the last of the, you know, and it feels funny to be lumped into that category with them. You know, people used to always ask me, you know, do you ever talk to Butterball? No. You know, how's Richard Peggy doing? He's still deceased. You know, you sound just like Herb Kent. Yes, get that all the time. So it's like, you know, they'll ask me, you know, do you know Herb Kent? Yes, I know him. Knew him. You know, since I was a teenager, a young teenager. You know, so yes, I knew them all. I worked with them all. Worked with Richard Peggy. Worked with Herb Kent. Uh, um, tried to imitate Jay Johnson. Um, talk to Joe Cobb whenever he calls. It's usually a butt dial. Bless his heart. And it's okay, you know, because he's got some great stories. He's a great storyteller. You know, if you're not careful, yeah, once a month sounds like a good idea. He's a great storyteller, Joe Cobb is. You know, when I was younger, you know, I would listen to the older people talk. And that's the best way to learn something is to just shut up and listen. And that's what I did. I would let them, it's almost like, you know, a preacher or whatever, you know, Jesus preaching to the disciples, you know, but not preaching. But Joe Cobb, bless his heart. It's only him and Cecil Hale, Dr. Cecil Hale. Those are the only two left. Everybody else is gone. All the BON good guys, you know. And Jay was one of the youngest ones. Two in a row from Smokey. The agony and the ecstasy. Been trying to figure that out for years. What does that mean? The agony? Agony, of course, is pain. Ecstasy is not pain. Ecstasy is like, how can I put it? It's a euphoric feeling that you have, you know? So, how can the two be linked together? The agony, the pain, and of course, the euphoric feeling that you get, you know, after making love. That, you know, like, oh man, that was great. Well, you don't say that, but, you know, you kind of feel that, you know, oh, wow, that was great. Or if it was bad, you know, it's like, then it's agony right there. Then it's the agony right there. Chris Bates, what's going on? Isaac Hayes, thank you so much for being on my live, fellas. Here's Johnny Taylor by request. And I believe in you. Do you believe in me? It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. And this is Bedtime Stories. Sorry. Yeah, we all gotta somehow, you know, get together on a regular basis. Um, it's just, you know, it's just wild. You know, people that we grew up listening to are, you know, they're checking out. They are checking out, and you know, we come into this world to leave. You know, some of them made it, you know, to ripe old ages of 80, and you know, it's like Lady G used to always say, we need to put bubble wrap around our soul singers because, you know, because it's interesting because Johnny Taylor did a song called um, Soul Heaven. And after that, he passed. He had this dream about all these people together, you know, singing and all that stuff. And and then after that, you know, he was gone. You know, one of the last lines in the song, Tupac and Biggie, they closed the show. I'm like, oh wow. You know, Lady Day was sitting in the shade. You know, and then the Mighty Temptations, they hit the stage. I'm like, that's a hell of a dream. That is a dream for your butt. Hmm. I tell you. And most of all, how much I trust you. In you. The great Johnny Taylor by request, and I Believe in You. Tailored in Silk was the name of the album. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WCHI Biggs Radio Chicago, where we take you from the 8 track to the latest album. Also, WRLN Radio, a radio media station, and of course, WBOE, the best of everything. No half stepping. We are WO. Oh, I already said that. That's what happens when you get old. You start repeating yourself. I was told not to say that I'm old and that I have ailments. So I'm going to stop saying that I'm old and let somebody else say that I'm old. And let a doctor say that I have ailments. But I'm not going to claim it anymore. Thank you so much. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Johnny Taylor did a song called Last $2. Currently, I have my last $8 because someone gave me some gas money to take somebody home. So I'm still holding on to that $8. So, as usual, I am not begging but asking. Um, my Zelle is my actual email address, which is Al P as in Paul, Greer, Al P Greer at gmail.com. That is if you feel generous. If not, then don't even worry about it. All right. All right. We still cool. We still cool. Here's Johnny Taylor one more time on Bedtime Stories. Ba-da, ba-da. every hour. Am I still live or what? I'm wondering. I'm not even gonna worry about it anymore. If I am, cool. If not, I'm not even gonna worry about it no more. Well, at least I'm still on StreamYard. That is so weird. I don't even know what's going on tonight, but that's okay. I'm not even gonna worry about it. Just because. Heaven and earth, I got that one. Come on now. Please. Yes, I do. Make you. Which proves that Johnny Taylor could not do any wrong with that song just because they wanted to put him in a box and say he was a blues singer. No, he was an R&B singer, rhythm and blues and soul and gospel. Just a great entertainer. I miss hanging out with his son Floyd. Floyd was quite a character, and I miss him a whole lot. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Once again, asking for donations. Let me get off of that because, people think that I'm begging. It's like, don't you have a job? Don't you do? Yes, I do. I got a job. My job is playing this music. That's my job right here. By request, Heaven and Earth. Guess who's back in town? Here on Bedtime Stories.
Hi, this is Gina, one of Al's gang, and you're listening to Al Greer with Bedtime Story.
Mm-mm. I'm not gonna find it. Oh, If I ever lose this heaven, I'll never be the same. That, of course, the version done by the Average White Band right here on Bedtime Stories from 1975, I think it was. Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Coming up in about a half an hour, we're going to do foreplay, 4 songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. And I'm sure this is one of your favorite groups, the OJs, walking that stairway to heaven right here on Bedtime Stories, step by step. You know what it is, right?
That little shit you did the other day, they caught it on camera.
Here we go. She ran away from me. Okay, whose idea was it to put out a song about? Well, I don't want to blow it for some people. I guess they thought it was about a woman named Brandy. No, it was about a dog. A song about a dog. And that was one of their biggest hits too. But they never do that song in concert. Never. I never hear Walter Williams sing about a dog. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. And this just in. Um, this is stuff that you just can't make up. McDonald's debuts its first ever buffet in Branson, Missouri. Branson has become the test site for one of the most unusual experiments. An all-you-can-eat buffet for just $12.99. Diners can now help themselves to unlimited Big Macs, quarter pounders, chicken McNuggets, fries, and hot apple pies. Lines stretch out of the door as customers pile plates high with fast food classics, some balancing 3 or 4 red fry cartons at a time. The move has already stirred controversy. Supporters are calling it the best deal in Branson, while critics blasted that it's a health disaster waiting to happen. One local parent told reporters, "I don't want my kids thinking that 50 nuggets in one sitting is normal." Others defended the concept, pointing out that the buffets are nothing new in Branson, and that McDonald's is simply giving people what they want. Now, there's a buffet here in Chicago that I go to. It's basically seafood based. So, you get shrimp, you get uh, chicken planks. Not chicken planks, but fish planks. And it's like, I'd rather stick with that, you know, Chinese food buffet. Big Macs? Nah, I don't think so. That's a heart attack waiting to happen. Anyway, who did it best? Here's Nancy Wilson. When did you fall from heaven, baby? Here are Bedtime Stories. When, when, when. How could they?
Show. And I think that really helped the band to get kind of like a melting pot. It was just openness to new ideas that allowed Larry Graham to go wild in space. He invented a new style of playing. It would become one of the sounds most associated with funk. Slap bass. learned to play with his mom as a kid. My mom decided that we weren't going to have drums anymore. I don't know if that was for economic reasons or what. Maybe two people could make more. Divided it up among three. She never told me the reason, but we didn't have drums anymore. So that's when I started thumping the strings with my thumb to make up and having a bass drum, and plucking the strings with my finger to make up and having that. So it's kind of playing the drums on the bass. So thank you for letting me do that became a huge template for every bass player to start using the thumb slap. You're talking about a song written around a bass riff. That was it. Later on, other bands, you could play some serious funk. You kind of had to have the bass player play my style of playing the bass. Thank you. It's a number one record. It became a cornerstone of funk. The way the bass riff left space for the rest of the band to build the groove showed the next generation of funketeers how to construct a hit song out of the jam. First of all, I just want ain't no sunshine when you
Okay, in your opinion, who did it best? A lot of people are going to say Nancy Wilson, of course, but Johnny Guitar Watson did a great rendition of that song. When Did You Leave Heaven? Right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, just about 13 minutes away from foreplay. I haven't played this one in a while. Here's Brainstorm and This Must Be Heaven on Bedtime Stories. LaDonna Ray. That's okay. Oh, okay. I was in the bed. All right. 8:45 it is. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
While looking at pictures of myself on the toilet wall,
Where is the most bizarre place that you've heard we're never going to give you up in play?
That's an easy one. That thing ready for this. So, my wife is doing some friends in Denmark. Vehicle, Basel. When we were in Tokyo a few years back, we wanted to go to the bar that they have there. When you go in the, still waiting to say this, this toilet, you go in the loo, and all it does is play Rick Astley songs. So I sat in the Japanese toilet listening to myself.
Jimmy Williams, Kim Patterson. The Four Tops. I just can't walk away. I love that song. Somebody turned me on to that song. I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was Lady G. Just can't walk away. That was back in the day when I was with either my first or my second wife. Just can't walk away. Like, yeah, you can walk away with your dignity. Sometimes your tail between your legs. Hello to Kimberly Patterson and Jimmy Williams. He wants to hear Cloudy. But Cloudy's going to have to wait, brother, because you called in a little late. So he's going to have to wait till after foreplay right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer.
And a new era of growing sophistication, elevated service, and curated vibes. Still your favorite spot for the go-to late night smokes, flavor, and vibes. Located in the heart of Gary, at 4469 Broadway, our premier lounge evening has all the right ingredients. We've combined upscale ambiance, fantastic menu options, fresh drinks, live music, and events into one glorious destination for our community in Northwest Indiana. From our chicken wings to our martinis, we made sure to think of everyone when we meticulously crafted our menu. Whether we see you for a drink, a hot meal made to order, or a night spent dancing and enjoying company, just know that we can't wait to welcome you with open arms for a new spot at 4469 Broadway in Gary, Indiana. Jewel XQ Cigar Lounge, where the sophisticated go to play.
And soon I'll be playing there. Don't know when, but yeah, keep hope alive. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories on WOSDradio.com, DBradio.com. Your home for old school and dusties. WCHI Biggs Radio, Chicago. Taking you from the 8-track to the latest now. Also, WRLN Radio, that's a radio media station, and WBOE, the best of everything, owned by the Professor, Reggie Miles. It is time for Foreplay. Kimberly Patterson wants to know who is on Foreplay tonight. Well, we're a day early, but it's okay. We were a day early last night with Otis Redding, so here goes. He's an American vibraphonist, record producer, and composer. He also had his own record label at one time. Remember the song Remember to Remember? Well, he produced that, and he had his own label at the time. He had been releasing songs, straight up jazz songs, but jazz wasn't paying the bills, so he decided to funk the jazz up. Let me say that again. He decided to funk the jazz up, and he did. He's been credited as one of the godfathers of neo soul, along with people like Herbie Hancock, George Duke, Stanley Clarke, all of those guys. Yeah. Songs like Everybody Loves the Sunshine, Running Away, Freaky Deaky, Don't You Say No, The Memory, his remake of You Send Me. You know where I'm going with this, right? He was born on, well, actually, tomorrow will be his birthday. Oh, along with my granddaughter, Roy Edward Ayers Jr., born on this day or tomorrow in Los Angeles, California. He was given his first mallets by the late great Mr. Lionel Hampton, one of the greatest vibraphone players that ever lived. Tonight we feature in play the great Roy Ayers right here on Bedtime Stories. This is No Stranger to Love from the album and CD of the same name. It is time for Foreplay here on Bedtime Stories. Bill, 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 Bo, Bo. Bill, Bo, 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 Bo. You love him. Girl, stand in line. I saw him at the Hyde Park Jazz Fest one year. And somebody said, you want to go backstage and meet Roy? I was like, hell yeah. And I got backstage and I froze. He was standing right there, shirt just wringing wet. And I went to shake his hand. And something told me to hug him. What did I do that for? Once again, his shirt was wringing wet. He had just gotten through playing I guess an hour set. And I hugged him anyway. That's how much I loved him. I had Roy Ayers sweat on my shirt. And I know I was dressed, like I normally dress when I dress up. And I just hugged him. I hugged him like I'd never see him again. That's something that brothers don't do. He didn't know me. I didn't know him. Well, I knew of him, but he didn't know me. And we just hugged. No, like one of my former preachers, pastors says, he's like, no homo. But it was just, I was like, wow, this is the man I've been listening to for years. And I went for it and hugged him. He said, my shirt's wet. I said, I wouldn't care if you pissed on you, Roy Ayers. And I went for it. And that was the last time I saw him. He was here in Chicago. Well, I would see him a few years later. He opened for the Isley Brothers at Chicago State. I didn't get a chance to embrace him again. But I just got to say, he was like we used to say back in the day, he was a bad motor scooter. Most of his songs have been sampled. Just about every rapper's song has a Roy Ayers sample on it. Ba-ba-da-da, ba-da, ba-ba-da-ba, ba-da, ba-ba-da-ba, ba-da, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. All of them. Mm-hmm. He was that guy. He was, Mary J sampled him. Yeah. Of course, Everybody Loves the Sunshine. That, of course, was a Roy Ayers tune. I mean, just about everything that he has done has been sampled. That's another one. I mean, just everything. Like, if you want a good sample, grab an old Roy Ayers album, and I guarantee you, I sound like that guy on YouTube with the bass playing. I guarantee you'll get a good sample out of it. You'll come up with a hit record. I mean, a straight up bad brother, unapologetically black, unapologetically his own person. Because back in the day, people like Herbie Hancock, Chick Corea, George Duke, Stanley Clarke, they went from playing straight up jazz or avant-garde jazz to playing this jazz fusion. Miles Davis led the pack with The Bitches Brew. And then after that, Return to Forever from Chick Corea, which featured Lenny White on drums, Al Di Meola on guitar, Stanley Clarke on bass, and of course on keyboards, Chick Corea. They were playing jazz, but it was different. When Herbie Hancock did Chameleon, he wouldn't come up with another hit till later. And that hit would be Rocket.
His foreplay inside bedtime stories with technical.
When he came up with Rocket, it was all over with. It was like, okay, where's the jazz in this? Wasn't none. It was straight up bebop, not bebop, but hip hop music, complete with scratching, the drums, everything. I mean, he was just talk about cutting up. As who else was? Yeah, definitely legends. K-Pat, definitely legends. When other people were starving trying to play jazz, these guys come up with this new jazz fusion, which was jazz mixed with soul music. Miles Davis heard James Brown play. He was like, what is that? Who is that? We need to do some like that. And he did. And was cutting up with it. Miles did Time After Time and Human Nature, and he was doing R&B stuff before he passed. He was one of the originators of that type of jazz that we know as cool jazz. Cool jazz became smooth jazz. Case in point, George Benson, when he did the album Breezing, and he started singing. He'd been singing before, but we just didn't pay attention to him then until he came out with This Masquerade. And then he was on like every TV show singing that song, And it became his signature song. Not only that, but he got a Grammy for it. And jazz lovers, jazz purists were pissed. Like he sold out. He didn't sell out. He sold records. That's what he did. He didn't sell out. He sold out. Yeah. He sold out of record stores. That's what he sold out. He didn't sell his soul to the devil for hit records like some people. Dancing on the sea. No, he wasn't like that guy. No. He stayed true to himself. He started off as a singer, known as Little Georgie Benson, back in Pittsburgh. And he just took it, and even I listen to the smooth jazz station at night to go to sleep. It's 101 smoothjazz.com. And alongside the other people that they play, Vincent and Taglia and, Kim Waters, they play George Benson. They play Reason alongside. He was one of the godfathers of this whole smooth jazz movement. You can't not listen to a smooth jazz station and not hear George Benson. He was one of the leaders in that whole smooth jazz movement. Him, Roy Ayers. We would have known about George Duke. Like, who was that? George Duke used to go to concerts and watch jazz artists play. And then when he came out with Reach For It and Dookie Stick, and they're like, what is he doing? He's selling out. He's selling out record stores everywhere. Reach For It became one of the funkiest tunes ever made by a jazz artist. Boom, boom, boom. Wow, boom, 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 boom. Wow, 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 wow. He was fearless. He was fearless. You know, people were saying, "Oh, that's not jazz. Oh, that's not jazz." No, Herbie Hancock wasn't jazz. George Duke wasn't jazz. George Benson wasn't jazz. Lenny White, the drummer from Return to Forever, who did my theme song, Peanut Butter. No, they weren't jazz. They were artists. They were jazz artists playing R&B soul music. And they were selling out records, not selling their soul to the devil. They were selling records. You know, there would not have been a Stanley Clark. Stanley Clark produced songs on Howard Hewitt. Howard Hewitt ain't no jazz singer. He sang R&B. He was one of the lead singers for Shalimar, and Stanley Clark did some of his best work on him. They just, you know, they just gel. So, you know, what can you say? You know, George Benson, George Duke, Roy Ayers, Herbie Hancock, Chick Corea, Al Di Meola, uh, Lenny White, Stanley Clark, you know. And it took Quincy Jones to bring all of them together. If you listen to my theme song, Tell Me a Bedtime Story, that was written by Herbie Hancock. That's him soloing, and then what they did was they wrote the arrangement of his solo so that the guy could reproduce it on the violin. Whenever and whenever I hear it, I just it's a marvel, you know, for a person who's into music like that. You know, I could listen to that song over and over again. You know, it is probably one of the most beautiful songs ever put to vinyl from the album Sounds and stuff like that. Just the whole album, you know, from from stuff like that all the way to Taking It to the Streets. That's like the Quincy Jones album, the essential Quincy Jones album. You don't have it, go get it. Go get it. Go get it. But all those guys, if it hadn't have been for people like James Brown, Sly and the Family Stone, Larry Graham, they wouldn't know what the funk was. And that was it. They were playing funk music. Um, Stanley Clark did this song called Slow Dance. I'm like, dang. It's two bass players on it. Him playing the solo, and then there's another bass player. Well, he might be playing both parts. Funky is the oldest pair of sneakers that you own. That's how funky it was. Him and George Duke together, the George Duke Project 1 and 2. Oh my goodness. just funky as they want to be. I mean, it doesn't get any funkier than that. But they had to go that way in order to eat, you know. Straight up original classic jazz wasn't paying the bills. And most of them died broke and penniless. You know. Had Charlie Parker lived, he probably would have been playing funk too. He'd probably been funking it up, you know. But Miles, when he came out with that album, Bitches Group, excuse me, that changed the game. People were like, what was that? Oh, that's the new Miles. Yeah. You know, Miles taking off the suit with the little skinny tie, put on some bell bottoms, drew his fro out, you know, put on a polyester shirt and some stacks and was blowing his butt off. You know, he put that mute in the trumpet. That was it. You know, don't get no better than that. You know, like I said, George Duke with Dookie Stick, reach for it, say that you will, and him and Stanley Clarke, Sweet Baby. Oh my goodness, I could go on and on. Sweet Baby. Yep, all of them. So long. Home with me. Mm. Mm. Mm.
Hey, my ex-best friend, she's transgender too. Yes.
I have met Jesus as for I have not.
Before my complicated relationship.
Ah, wrapping wrapping up foreplay on Mr. Roy Ayers, that is, you sent me, originally done by Mr. Sam Cooke, right here on Bedtime Stories. Thank you for the suggestion, Kimberly Patterson, as always. Tomorrow will be his birthday. Yeah. He made his transition earlier this year, March 4th. At March 4th, let me say that again. He was 84 years old. He lived a long life and was one of the godfathers of neo soul or smooth jazz right here, uh, along with people like George Duke, George Benson. You know, they all went from playing straight up avant-garde jazz to jazz fusion. Speaking of jazz fusion, in the background, Stanley Clarke and George Duke. It's called "Never Judge a Cover by Its Book." That is from the Clarke Duke Project. And this is by request for Brother Jimmy Williams from the album Person to Person Live, AWB and Cloud. Cloudy. Hmm.
Character actor of the 80s, 90s, quietly worked less before dying of a heart attack in 1996. 9. Lloyd Avery II. Remembered for Boys in the Hood, his life unraveled into real violence, leading to a murder conviction and his own killing in prison. 8. Sean Nelson, critically praised for Fresh at age 12. He faded from acting in the late 90s without public explanation. 7. Clifton Powell Jr., brief acting career before pivoting to college basketball and later tech entrepreneurship, deliberately avoiding Hollywood. 6. John Hudson, early black cast member of SNL, left in 1984 and never returned to public entertainment. 5. Sheldon Turnipseed, star of PBS's Ghostwriter, who vanished from acting after the show, choosing a private life away from media. 4. Orlando Jones, from 7 on Pitchman to made TV standout, he reduced his mainstream roles in favor of smaller, selected projects. 3. Sly Stone, legendary folk musician, withdrew from public life in the 80s, living reclusively with sporadic appearances. 2. Dave Chappelle left Chappelle's show in 2005 at its peak, retreating to South Africa over creative concerns before returning years later on his own terms. 1. Brandon Hammond, 90s child star of Soul Food and Space Jam, quietly left Hollywood in the early 2000s without drama or scandal.
No wonder Trump walks with a limp. Behind that weird bald spot, there are actually 3 amazing body secrets. He recently appeared at the Royal Palace in the Netherlands. As soon as he got off the car, his strange gait immediately attracted attention. But few people know that his body has already flashed red lights. First, long-term obesity and incorrect exercise methods have caused serious bone spurs in both feet. After the operation, he refused to rest and frequently attended events, eventually leaving a permanent limp. Second, he drinks 8 bottles of Coke a day and is exposed to the sun for a long time. He has undergone skin cancer removal surgery many times, leaving scars on his neck and face, which can only be covered by medical. In 2024, he even had a secret facelift and frequently went to beauty salons. Third, the red and swollen bald spot on the back of his head is actually a side effect of hair transplantation. When the camera scans over it, the inflamed skin and stubble are clearly visible. Ironically, he still tries to cover up his old age, blonde hair, and exaggerated body language, but the more he covers it up, the more obvious it becomes. America is already free. America is already be strong. And I promise you, our strength, our greatness, does not depend on the touch.
So officially, Lisa Left Eye died in a tragic car crash on April 25th, 2002 in Honduras. But for years, people have always said that something doesn't sit right with them and that there's more to the story. Allegedly, Lisa wasn't just running away from fame or personal struggles, but from something much darker or someone who was after blood. See, Lisa had become increasingly vocal about the music industry and its control over artists. And she had flashed with TLC and the label speaking out about contracts, money issues, so people think
From probably one of the baddest albums ever. The album was called Soul Searching by AWB, which introduced us to Mr. Steve Ferroni. To add insult to injury, you know, them being the average white band, they added a black drummer, but he was a black Brit. So, and could play the you know what out of them drums. Love of Your Own, right here on Bedtime Stories. Once again, from the Soul Searching LP. Yeah, LP. That's what I said. LP, not CD, but LP. I'm still waiting for that documentary to come out on AWP. I'm going to be featured in it. Well, not featured in it, but I'm one of the people that they interviewed. And it should have been out in March. I'm still looking for it. I'm going to look for it online. Anyway, here's some leftovers from Foreplay. Roy Ayers and Everybody Loves the Sunshine, a sample that was used by Mary J. Blige. Sound familiar? Yeah. My life, my life, my life. Here you go, K-Pat, on Bedtime Stories. Everybody loves this.
One of my partners, his name is Steve Berry, like my big brother mentor who walked me through this business since I was in high school. So he was doing the behind the scenes of something Ice Cube, I think a music video. And somehow Ice Cube asked him, Ice Cube was talking about that brother singing on set. And he said, man, that guy that played Cuddy. He said, you mean Cuddy? He said, yeah, that brother played Cuddy. He was good. He said, oh, that's my question. So when I came home, my ex-wife said, oh, Mr. Ice called, Ice Hot, Ice Cube. She said, Mr. Ice Cube called. So I called the next day in casting, and they wanted me to come in and be Pinky. But they already had a man, a white guy in mind, Pinky. But I got sick the day before, the day I was going to come in, I got the flu. So they put it off, and then I went in Q. And I was doing that scene in a record shop, and it wasn't working. So after about being Q working here for like 40 minutes, I was just lost about what he wanted. So I said, you know, a lot of times directors don't like to act it out for you. So I gave him the gun. And he said, I'm over his. Oh, now I did a movie called The Race. It was again a spoof. And I did a scene where I start talking and I jump around, holding the gun. I start jumping. So I took my kid and I say, I'll blow your head smooth off. Oh, I start turning down. Say it again. And he said, whoa, whoa, whoa. He said, I don't know. He said, do it. And that's how we created that physical already there. Just created that physical. That's a pinky of him. He's saying, jumping around, spinning around. All of that comes out of my improv book, but I borrowed it back from when I did it. Watch the race. You see me point the gun. You, and then you spin around. You, why am I shooting my damn self? You know, and it's with Ronaldo Ray and Darius McCrary. It's funny as hell. And that just jumped in my head with Hughes because we were stuck. And he was just about to say, okay, And that's how we got King.
Here's how to grow your audience with zero marketing skills. You have just this is kind of show that like tears of friendships. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not about work. No, it's a whole season. And it's your honesty level. 50% of the story.
Hey, I'm an AI girl. I have an amazing memory, zero censorship, and enhanced privacy. We'll send you photos and videos, whatever you ask for, walk you up like your ex or like a colleague. Sure thing. Click and let's start.
We are also following images just coming into high disaster in the US. Dozens of shipping containers falling off the cargo. Raise your arm.
Some leftovers from foreplay. That is, don't you say no. From Roy Ayers, right here on Bedtime Stories. With your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Still hanging out with you. Still hanging out with me is Jimmy Williams, Kimberly Patterson. I think Barbara Jean went to bed. I'm pretty sure she did. She's been up all day like I have. I've been up since 6. I got to do it again tomorrow. I'll be at the Wind Creek Casino along with the Illinois Black Chamber of Commerce. That's the Illinois Black Chamber of Commerce. Tomorrow morning at 8:45. That's right, 8:45. Now, those of you who know me, you know I don't get up that early. But for the right price, I will. The right price, I definitely will get up. Here's George Duke and Stanley Clark from the Duke Clark Project. This is Sweet Baby on Bedtime Stories.
I know you have been inconvenienced. You save $1 million. No way. You got enough money to buy my dog.
I will do no such thing. The man is beneath me, and so is his daughter.
Jack, I say one more word about this. I'm afraid
My foot up in your royal ass.
yes.
It gets strange for me in conversations like these when we talk about one party being more sensitive or soft, and a lot of times that kind of boxes men in. And it's alarming because if man can be sensitive with some in this relationship, might happen.
You don't get that's why I call it difficult. It's like you got that with upside 9
Sky newly released video tonight. Take a look at this. The U.S. Reaper shooting a Hellfire missile at this glowing object.
Bedtime just got better with the original peanut butter brother. That's what we call Al Greer and Bedtime Story on WLSTradio.com.
One thing about me, I'm gonna two things about me. I'm gonna let a brand. That's the brand.
Excuse me.
Wow.
The late great George Duke. No rhyme, no reason. Here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. It's my last song of the night, Morning Sunrise, Lonnie White featuring 29. Or is that the other way around? Morning Sunburn. Now, that's how you end the show. 29, featuring Lenny White, Morning Sunrise. That's it for me. Thank you so much for staying up with me. Tomorrow will probably be a rerun, for sure. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. Till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Good night to all the seniors I met this afternoon over at Bronzeville Soul. Nighty night.